Hi everyone, and welcome to tonight's live stream. This week it is a case study, and today we're looking at Yoku's Island Express. If you don't know what this game is, it is a indie title that is out on Xbox One, PS4, PC and Nintendo Switch, and it's made by Gorilla and published by Team 17. It is a Metroidvania pinball platformer, and today we're going to take a look at it and see what we can learn from this game. The main thing we're going to look at is looking at how we're going to look at their level design. So looking at how they create their levels and how they're basically talking to the player through their level design. So let's get started. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to start off with where I'm currently at in the game, which is pretty much near enough complete. Well, it is complete, I'm just going around getting bits. And then we'll go back to the beginning and see how they onboard the player into the game. So I thought we'd do this to show you the premise of the game. If you have any questions or ideas that you want to ask about this game, obviously I did not develop it, but if you want to know how they may have done something, by all means ask a question away in the chat and I'll try and guess how they would have made something like this. So yeah, I cannot remember whereabouts I got up to in this. But so you play this little bug thing and you've got a little ball that you push around and you play pinball basically. Game music is too loud. Okay, let's turn down the game music. Turn that down. How's that? Let me know how that is in chat. The game music should be a bit quieter for you guys now. Okay, so yeah, so you get these paddles around the whole entire map and you can push yourself and you pick up abilities that allow you to do stuff like that. You go around this world, this big open world, and it's like a Metroidvania where you've got to navigate around like a maze, pick up abilities to get to other sections of the map. It is a really, really fun game. There we go. Oh, missed that one. So I'm just going to try and find a typical section where you do a bit more pinball. There is no fast travel. There is a travelling system, but it's not fast travel, so to speak. Let's go through here so you can see how it works with all the pinball mechanics. So you can see they're very similar pinball tropes with tubes. So I've beaten the game, so all these things are pretty much empty. But as I say, we'll go through the beginning of the game in a moment. So Kim North, how many people will it take to make a game like this? Depends how long you want to take making it. So obviously the more you people have, the quicker the game will be to make. This game in particular, I'd suggest probably quite a while, because it is all hand-drawn art. So this whole entire game is made up of hand-drawn art rather than using 3D models and with texturing techniques, traditional texturing techniques anyway. Instead you're looking at all hand-drawn artwork. I'll try to figure out how to get out of here. There you go. But yeah, I can't speak for how long they took. I don't know the size of Gorilla either. But a fair amount of time would take for this, because mostly the artwork. There's a lot of art in this game. Now the benefit of using hand painted art styles is that you get a very unique art style that looks gorgeous. Where the extra workload comes in is you can't do modular pieces typically anyway, because you're looking at all unique pieces of art. So this part of this snow mountain is different from every other part of snow mountain. So you have to draw all these pieces uniquely. So here's a map. Let's have a look at the map. So you see it's quite a large map. Very distinct areas. And those dotted lines are the that sort of fast travel thing. So Kim North, what are the advantages of making things hand drawn? Just pretty? Yeah, pretty much. It gives it a very pretty feel. It also gives it that sort of feeling of like, it adds an earthiness to it. Adds some whimsy to it. Alright. Damn slugs. It's a particular choice. I love hand painting stuff, but it is a lot of work. So the way they've accomplished a lot of this artwork, I'm guessing, I believe it's made in Unity, this game. So a lot of the artwork here is all hand painted, but they've used 3D planes, like models, to give the illusion of depth. So, for example, that this sort of flag thing here, you can see as I move about, its perspective changes. So the easy way of doing that is that it's on a different plane, and you can kind of see it. That red triangle, if you look to the left-hand spoke hanging it up, if I move slowly, you can see it's not connected to it. It's very hard to see, but it's sliding ever so slightly, so it's slightly behind or slightly in front of each other. So it's a mixture of 3D and 2D techniques to give this illusion of depth. And if people making a 2D side scroller, a lot of mistakes I see people making is they forget about that three-dimensional depth. That depth adds so much to your world. It makes it just feel more like an actual world rather than just a series of platforms. So Red Chant, I guess they started with a physicsy prototype with a ball movement thing. Yeah, so it's very physics driven. However, I've got a theory of how they actually accomplished this. So my theory is that there are two control systems in place. So you've got the basic one, which is this, what you see right now, is me controlling a little bug thing, pushing this ball about. And the ball's got momentum, so it sort of pushes you and pulls you along. But actually, let's go down here. My theory is, as soon as gravity takes over like that, it takes a control away from you, the bug, and turns it into more of a pinball movement where you don't have much control. There have been times while playing this, I've noticed it, that if I'm hovering ever so slightly, it sort of like kicks into gear. So I'm guessing when the little bug thing goes ragdoll, that means it's switched to the other control system. And when he gets up, it switches back to the original one, so I can control the ball more. So I'm guessing that's what they've done. So when you hit a paddle, it switches it to the other movement system, so it turns all physics on. And when I move the stick to control the bug, it turns it back into the other control system. That's my theory, and that's the way I would do it. But yeah, so while making this game, they probably, well, definitely would have prototyped it with some basic pinball mechanics, because the pinball stuff is very weird. You'll see it when we go back to the beginning, that some parts of it actually look like, it doesn't rely on physics. It gives the illusion of physics. So if I were to hit a particular paddle in a certain direction, it would always hit me in one particular location, one particular direction. So it's hard to describe actually. For instance, if I hit this paddle, it's always going to send me up in that tunnel there every time, no matter what side of that paddle I'm on. So let's just jump back down there. So even though I'm right on the edge here, it always sends me up into that tunnel. So sometimes the pinball mechanics aren't actually pinball mechanics. This is not physics. This is like a fixed path it sends you on. And my theory is why they did that is because you want the game to feel fun, fair, and cool. There are many moments where it sort of like chain reactions you across the whole entire map, and if you just relied on physics too much, it's too random. Yeah, so you don't want to be hitting off and ruining your perfect sort of hop across the whole entire level. So yeah, if I go up to here, in real world I should shoot directly upwards, but I won't. It'll send me up there. So it looks like pinball, but this isn't physics. It's got physics applied to it, like gravity and stuff like that, but it's a fixed path. No matter what I do, they're going to send me up in the correct location. Like this one was always going to send me across the path here. Yeah, quite clever. Clever little illusion. So it looks like physics, but it really isn't. It's a fixed path it sends you on, and there's good. You'll see what I mean when we go back to the beginning. There's loads of little cool hops and jumps that it makes you do automatically, but you wouldn't be able to normally achieve if you relied on physics entirely. So the fixed path, how they actually achieved that in particular, Kim, I'm not, again, not 100% sure, but there are ways you could do it. You could use splines to indicate a particular path point and tell it to follow the spline. That would be the easiest solution to that, and that's the way I would imagine they would have done it. But again, they could have done it in multiple ways. I would suggest probably splines. This waterfall, it's 2D planes, repeated images falling down. There's loads of them. Obviously the water drops aren't individual drops, it's like sheets of paper dropping down, and they fade out as they get to the bottom. Water, like this, it's simply just a graphic, obviously, over the top. Another bit of fruit. So I'm just exploring around. Like I say, I've done most of the I've done pretty much all of it. So I'm just going to show you around. Again, ask away any questions you've got. Happy to ask. What ways you would have done it? I'm not making any sense. Ask away any questions you may have about how they could have possibly done certain things in this game. So the waterfall, yeah, affects, yeah, it's still particles, but they're big particles. They're big sheets of paper, basically, rather than little particles. Because if you had it like realistic water particle effects, it wouldn't look right with it wouldn't look correct and matching with the hand painted style. You'd it would look off. Oh, I ain't been to that bit. What's that bit? Ah, I've been there. Well, I've been there, but I haven't unlocked it. Let's unlock it. This is that Metroidvania-esque part I told you about. So this bit's obviously pinball physics. When you see these flippers here, it relies on pinball physics, and I'm guessing what they've done with design-wise, you see as I hover over the flippers, it lights up parts of it, and the parts of it are hooped. And the best way to calculate whether or not you make the right decision to go to the right tunnel, you can trial and error by looking at where your position is on here. So if I go, this is the third notch, okay, and the third notch sends me up there every time. So if I want to go to that third notch again, oh, hello, oh, I fall down a hole. Important to note, you can't die in this game. Oh, I've got that. Oh, never mind, I can move on. Anyway, you can use that sort of guide whereabouts you are. It's quite a cool way of using graphics to indicate to the player how to solve a problem. Get a little slug thing. Slugs are like bombs in this game. If you haven't played this game, highly recommend it. I've had a blast playing this game. It's brilliant. It's ingenious. I wish someone had thought of pinball stuff before as part of a game mechanic. It's really clever. So Kim North has asked again, how much work would be required to have a bare minimum pinball sort of components we see in this game? I mean, it's not much. It's literally physics. I mean, you could also cheese it. I don't know if they cheesed it with just using splines everywhere, but physics is the best way forward for this. And if you've got physics, it's pretty simple. You just, when you pull a trigger like that, it's just going to push something, and it'll use the speed of it to force it at a particular velocity. So it's quite simple. You just set up a, it's just design of the levels really. But pinball stuff is pretty simple to recreate. It's just a lot of fine tuning of the actual physics, like the weight of the ball, the density of it, its friction, its angular friction. Oh. So this is that fast travel system. I'm controlling like the shooting. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Okay, so shall we go back to the beginning? Oh yeah, so yeah, sorry Red Chant. Yeah, so the buttons, controls for this game, on the shoulder triggers, the right one does the yellow, and the blue ones are handled by the left one. And if it's a mix of both colours, any trigger will do that one. So that's how the controls work, and you just use the stick. The face buttons do various abilities. So A is this little horn thing, which you use to like detonate things and pop things of that nature. This is also one of those games where it's filled with secrets. I'll try and show you a couple of things. Let's take the beeline back. So that's what all I'm doing at the moment, is trying to find all the secrets. Right, let's go this way. So the idea of the game is that you're a postman. You're a little bug postman. You get taken to this island where this deity, this god, has been attacked. So here's all this secret stuff, so you can get these different colours. I'm missing one of them, this one here. But you can combine them to do different effects. So for example, this is creepy sprinkles. This can be a ladybug. If I combine it with bling, I'll get a sort of scarab thing. Sweet, I just get a ball of mess. I think that's if you combine 3. But if I wipe that off again and go creepy again and go this one, I get the bee. So you can mix and match, and certain things in the world change based on this design of the ball. So that's sprinkles. If I go bling and sweet, I don't know what, nothing. Let's go deadly and bling. Yeah, look at that thing. Let's go deadly and sweet. What's that? Sweet and deadly. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of cool. Okay, so we go back to the actual start of the game. Let's start a new game. This game also has an amazing late title sequence, the title screen. It's great, I love it. We'll go up at least to that point. This is the start of the game. So here's the instructions on how to move, left and right. Talk to this posterdactyl. Okay. So that's where we've got to go. Got to deliver the badge to Nim. Okay. So you collect fruit and they're like sort of your currency. But for example, go down here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. And those flowers are your save points. So use the fruit to unlock this. I need 30 fruit. I don't have 30 yet. So I have to get a mushroom to get him out of the way. Let's do that. So I've got 30 fruit. So notice that it forced me to go down there by putting fruit there. So I had to encounter him. There's no other way. I had to go encounter him to get all the fruit so I can progress further. So using game and level design to dictate my movements rather than trying to force me down a path or allow me to miss things. It's telling me where I can and can't go with simply just placing his fruit. So this is that I'm not touching nothing. Yeah, it's just doing things. So here I've got a free safe whack of it. I try again and get it again. So here you get like no risk pinball. Yeah. And there's various things. It's like normal pinball. So you get these like light ups and it gets something comes out of it. Nope. Yeah. Let's get that last light. Oh, I'm gonna get that last light. Let's go back. There we go. You got all the sweets. Oh, missed it. I will get up there. God damn. There we are. Hang on. My chat's disappeared. There we are. Cool. So again, not touching the remote, it's just doing it. And you get this thing. So he's asleep. So maybe I need something that will make a noise that'll wake him up. I wonder what we've got. So can't get up there, so get his telescopes. You sort of reveal parts of the map. So let's go down this hole. So the first time it showed me these crystal balls, I had to hit it. It's forcing me to do stuff without telling me to do it. So the first time it showed me, these things can be broken. So now when I encounter this bit, I realise, I should smash these things. Oh. Oh, come on. There are boss battles in this game as well. If you played Sonic Spinball back in the day, pretty much the same sort of boss battles you saw back then. There we are. think we have to go up here. Can we just jump across? No. Okay, so feed this that. Open this up. And now I've got my party pooper. My noise maker. Hi, complain. Hi. Is this my game? No, I did not make this game. This is a game made by Villa Gula. So now I've got this party noisemaker, this party horn thing. I can smash these things by standing next to them. And I guess I could wake this guy up as well. Right, let's go back to that glass ball thing. Oh, you can spin these things. Oh, need to get more food. Cool. And I've got 30, so I'll feed that. The automatic bit where it sends you all over the place, it's kind of fun. I think this is one that's quite good. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's quite cool. Round it goes. Whoop. Again, that's all spline stuff, I reckon. If you repeat certain tasks, you get more fruit. Like that. Nope. Oh, God damn. There we are. Now get this mushroom. Let's go feed the eel. So this is quite cool. Push. Woo. And I'm back here. Oh. I can't roll off here, can I? No. So this thing pushes you down. This sends me back to the eel. And the music in this game is amazing. And I can give him a mushroom. So when you eventually, here's a top tip, when you learn to swim, I recommend swimming down here. So towards the end of the game you get that, you'll be able to go down there. Bit of a top tip. You may encounter the eel again. So we're going to keep going until we hit the late title sequence. So you're going to get this guy, which is one of the pickups. Get all of them. You'll unlock something. That's what I'm hunting down at the moment in my actual game. Notice the camera then shows me once what it does. Twice. And then when I hit a third one, it shows me again. And that is the only time it shows you what they do. After that, you should have learnt, if I pick those up, it unlocks the door. No need to show the player that anymore. So just jump across there. There you go. And that's the only time it will ever do that. From now on, it won't do that. It's part of its tutorial design. If you're just joining us, we're playing Yoku's Island Express. We're taking a look at what we can learn from it. We've been discussing level design, art, physics, controls. If there's anything you want to ask about how they could have maybe designed this game, and that's Villa Gorilla, that is, I'm happy to throw in my 2 cents to figure out what I think they did. I can't know for certain, but I would have a good guess. Okay, so I've got to get rid of all these suitlings. Oh. So we've got the key stuff. So notice it doesn't actually show me it anymore. It just assumes I know what it does. The game also uses the visual language of yellow, meaning fruit. So if something's yellow, you can hit it. It's going to be giving you fruit. So now it's white, so now that won't ever give me fruit. So this game's made in Unity. I think it is anyway. But games are games. They're all made the same. You can make games. You can make this in Blueprints in Unreal if you want. There's nothing stopping you. Here's that awesome late title sequence. That's fun. It's a fun game, and it's got great music. Bonk, 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 bonk. Give me a little tease of all the things to come. Sam, can I do a case study on Resident Evil 2 remake? I could do, yeah. What kind of things would you like to learn from Resident Evil 2? I could try and make that the next one. If you guys haven't already seen, I am taking suggestions for what to take as my next series that I'm making. Because the Shooter AI 1 and the Equipment series are almost done for patrons. So about to start a new series soon. Be interesting to hear what you guys think I should be doing next. So here I need a key. Yeah. Bonk. And that's him showing me what he does. Bonk. Up I go. There you go. I've unlocked it. And then the game just sort of opens up to do various things. Ow. That's me looking at a chat, not the screen. So the game is Yoku's Island Express by Villa Gorilla. Highly recommend this game. Really good. It's quite short if you don't get everything. If you just do the main quest, you can get it done in less than 10 hours probably. But it's solid. Come on. Nope. 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 Damn. So Sam wants to look at the movement, inventory, zombies, grapples, and universal item box thing from Resident Evil 2. Interesting. Yeah, we could take a look at that? There we are. Oh, missed it. There we are. So one thing to note about this game, the map is all one image here, but this is a separate image from the actual world. It's not actually zoomed out the camera. This is not the real thing. The game loads up images as you roll through the world. Oh, so if I come out of here, you'll see the details on here that you won't see details on here that are actually in the world, because this is just an image. This is just a simple image. It's not actually the game world. So for example, it's usually done in quadrants, so we do like a quadrant picture there that's drawn in, and then when we get over there it'll draw it in, and so on and so forth. So if you move very, very fast through the world, you see the game whole like lag for a bit, because that's it loading up the hand-drawn art. Hand-drawn art is usually quite a high resolution, so it can be a bit long to load. Oh no! There we are. Damn. There we are. So one thing we noted, if you're just joining us, is that when the flippers are flat like this, the path you fly on is fixed. So like you're flying on a spline. Whereas if it's a normal pinball flipper, then physics take over. So yeah, Kim, we could do a horror game, like Resident Evil 2 for example. Horror games are quite clever and quite cool. I better talk to him because he's the dude. So you can play this game actually takes place over like the whole island. There's like forest, jungle, underground temple, mountains, underwater bits. Yeah, there's even a giant spaceship in this as well. It's quite a lot of stuff. It's quite a large map really. So the whole game is literally just go to these 3 places and beat those bosses. Beat the bosses, and the game, and then go on opens up the last boss, and then it's done. So it's quite a short game really. But obviously it's like a Metroidvania, so you do have to get items, skills, and things like that you don't previously have. Like here, I need a red key to open this up. I don't have a red key, so I need to find it. And there are side quests various characters. Yeah. This guy's got one side quest. And that is the delivery of all the mailboxes. Like this. Oh god. So Kim, you suggested there a crafting system. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I say I want to do all these things that people are suggesting. It's just a matter of which one do I want to do first. So crafting, I think it's one of the popular choices. That with the shopkeeper as well. So we could do one of those ones next. So I think patrons have got one more episode of Shooter AI left and one more episode of Equipment left, and then we'll start doing that. So probably next week we'll start doing the next series, whatever that may be. So yeah, watch this space for more stuff. By the time it made public, it'll probably be November time for public people to see it. So if you want to see it as soon as it's uploaded, head over to patreon.com/RyanLaley. It's just $1. We'll get access to all those videos as of and when they're uploaded, which should be coming soon-ish, next couple of weeks probably. Okay, I think we're about done here. So if you have any questions you want to ask away right now before we move on. This video archive will be available to patrons and YouTube members straight away, if not in a few hours, and then it'll be available in 2 weeks' time for the general public. So you can watch the archive later on if you have missed this episode. Well, if you missed this episode, you're missing this message, so don't worry. But there you go. Next week is a UE4 tutorial live. So when we make one of my normal UE4 tutorials, but I'll make it live in front of you guys, so you get to see me problem solve and try to figure it out live for you guys as I explain my thinking and explain what I'm doing. You get to see me make something. So again, got any suggestions, leave in the comments below, leave it in chat. Be interesting to hear what you want to see for that live stream next week. Something I could do in like an hour or so, so nothing massive, like a one thing. The last time we done a clamber system, so we made it so you can climb up walls like an Apex Legend style. If you want to do pinball, we could do pinball, but we don't have to. We can do anything you like. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Let me just go through the chat, see if there's any last questions. So Kim, you're asking for videos on materials. Yep, I want to do more on that as well. I love working material systems, so I do want to get to that. Complain when one bubble of World of Goo choose to live is life. Trying to make sense of that. Sorry, I know the game World of Goo. Are you talking about how to know which one is how they did that? I don't know. It's been a long time since I played World of Goo. What old game? Let's take this back to the menu because the menu's got wicked music. Well, I'll answer any more questions. So if you've got any questions, ask away now. You're welcome, Kim. Thanks for coming by again. So each week, every Saturday / Sunday, midnight GMT, we do a live stream, and it's 4 live streams on rotation. This week was case study. Next week will be a live UE4 tutorial, where I make a tutorial live in front of you. Lighting in Luigi's Mansion. Just do a torch, and yeah, we could do a torch stuff. We could do some Luigi Mansion stuff, do some horror things. They're quite cool. But anyway, if that's all the questions, thanks for everyone for coming by this evening. And if you're enjoying this in the archive, hopefully you've enjoyed going through Yoku's Island Express. Highly recommend it. Please play it. It's really, really good. And take note of its level design. Its level design is really cool. It's indicating to the player so much stuff, showing the player where to go without forcing their hand. Has very clever mechanics. Really cool. Highly recommend it. So thanks very much for coming by. And if you want to see this archive and many other videos, such as the whole of the Shooter AI series and the whole of Equipment series, head over to patreon.com/Ryan Laley, and you can donate for just $1 to see that. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all guys next week.